Hello, this is Anushka Vani, digital editor for EM and A&D magazine. And today we have with us Mr. Markus Glaser-Gallion, who is the CEO of Leadec Group. Along with him, we also have Mr. Sudhir Gurtoo, who is a managing director and CEO for Leadec India. I'd like to welcome you both to this interview series today. And before we begin, I would like to ask Mr. Markus about his journey in Leadec and if you could share a few experiences with us.
Thank you very much for the introduction. So my name is Markus. As we heard already, I'm meanwhile 20 years with Leadec, more than 20 years with Leadec. So I followed the path of the development of Leadec, which is now a company of about 1.5 billion turnover and globally footprinted. And along this journey, we could see also the technology development, the trend into the factory of the future. And I'm happy to share my experiences today with you and to have a interesting discussion about this.
Absolutely, absolutely. Since we are celebrating the National Safety Week, could you also, shed some light on how Leadec is taking up and implementing this?
Okay, so Anushka, what we are doing is we are celebrating this National Safety Week, which is this week, starting Monday, and it's a celebration across all sites. And as Markus will also confirm, safety is paramount importance to Leadec. It's the number one thing we have to follow, safety at all sites. We want our people back home in the same condition they entered the sites. So in India, what we are doing is at each of our 50 to 60 sites, we are doing quiz competition on safety, slogan writing, poster building, and everyone is taking an oath. We all gather in the morning and take a safety oath. Plus, all of us wear such supportive badging on our shirts as well. So this happens in a big way, the celebration for safety, and in many countries.
What I could add to this is that we have a very intense global safety program, and safety is always in all management meetings, in all shareholder meetings, is always number one on our agenda. And we even have embedded safety in our performance for the top managements and for the leadership team. So we take that very serious. And what we could see over the last couple of years that we have steadily improved our safety performance. And for me, it's very much embedded in the thinking. It's an attitude of the management. And that's so important for us. And therefore, we can proudly say that we are currently what we think industry standard, gold standard once it comes to safety.
Absolutely. It's wonderful how Leadec has taken up this initiative. So I would like to, begin with the questions. And my first question is to you, Mr. Markus. Can you tell us about how Leadec has observed the evolution of automation technology over the years? And what trends do you see shaping the future of manufacturing?
I mean, what we see over the last couple of years, it's a moving trend into the factory of the future, what we consider as the smart factory technologies. And I think this has become a vital element to stay competitive and to stay in the game. What does it mean for us? I mean, this is kind of leveraging new technologies like artificial intelligence, big data, and cloud services. That's what we could see over the last couple of months or years even. I mean, once you look at the previous developments, sensors have been always there since years. Meanwhile, data collection as well as measuring of data. But meanwhile, the game changer really has been to qualify the data with cloud services, with AI and big data applications. And since then, we have kind of qualified data, which helps us significantly to improve our transparency and our execution at the shop floor. This is kind of the big picture, but we might touch this in later on this interview a bit more in detail.
Yes, absolutely. So with that, my second question to you is, can you share specific examples of innovation or innovative automation solutions that you have implemented for your clients?
I mean, as I said already, I mean, one of the key step ups has been creating this transparency at the shop floor environment. And we have developed an end-to-end digital field service application system, an end-to-end system which is called Leadec OS, which helps us really to create this transparency and to have an end-to-end seamless connectivity with our customers, which is kind of adapting to different digital platforms. And this helps us really to improve our processes, to benchmark our processes, and to drive customer assets availability. And this creates a lot of optimization potential. At the same time, we have our cloud services. We have our own IoT cloud, which helps us to analyze the data and really to match IT technologies with operational technologies, and to kind of qualify the experience which we collect at the shop floor with our operational experts, to qualify this with digital experts, with our product management, and come up with significant and very valuable solutions for our customers. This is true for predictive maintenance, where we have kind of predictive pump services, where we can kind of analyze different machinery equipment and how they're running. This is also good for even waste management. We even developed a digital waste management application, but it's also good for quality control processes, where we can early on qualify bad parts in the customer production, which helps the customer really to be very early on in sorting out not qualified parts. So we have many dimensions where we can support our customers and where we can really create measurable benefits at the customer's environment.
Right. I mean, it's wonderful to see how Leadec is, future ready with your implementations of the automotive technology. With that, my next question to you is, as automation technologies have advanced, and how can industries ensure that its workplaces is equipped with the necessary skills that it needs to keep up with these changes?
First of all, the first answer is very simple. I mean, it's all about regular training, right? To really to help our guys to adjust or to adapt to new technologies, to new IoT technologies, to the new kind of artificial intelligence age, and to become acquainted with Industrial 4.0. It's also to retrain our technology experts from old technologies into new ones, because they have these basic technological skills, and they have this experience from the shop floor. And once we can retrain them to the new adaptations, I think it's a great value for all of us. And at the same time, we have developed what we call the Smart Factory Group, which helps our operational experts with their digital expertise really to link these two fields together, and to step up the whole skill level in the entire Leadec workforce, right? And at the same time, we also have kind of developed a digital factory and a digital hub. And this is mainly based even in Pune, where we have collected all our IT expert and the expertise, which support out of India throughout the whole globe, and support with their digital expertise, with their IT expertise, our field experts, be it in Americas, be it in Europe, be it even in China.
Right, absolutely. I mean, since you have mentioned about the Indian presence, I would also like to ask Mr. Gurtoo about how do you see the transition in technologies in India? From industry, like are the industries ready for Industry 4.0, and how can they up their skills in within this process?
So, Anushka, you rightly said there is a industry 4.0 uh, movement which is already in place, and we are geared up for it. Marcus just mentioned about the SFG, the Smart Factory Group. So with them, we have tied up in India, and we are trying to create and expand an innovation hub right here in India. So what will happen is from this innovation hub, as Marcus also mentioned, we'll be taking care of global needs as well. But for India, for example, what we have started is piloting some sensor-based data collection from equipment in two of our MNC plants, automotive, where we collect data and put it on the cloud. And from that, we are able to then analyze the data and help do preventive maintenance or detect a machine failure before it actually hits the customer. So these all pilots have started in Industry 4.0, and there's much more. For example, in another segment where we are in projects in automation, we are trying to get some new ducting and AC fans for the customer to help energy save and cost save in the plant for their ventilation system. So that also is another project we have taken up in this arena.
Wonderful. I mean,
So
it's really
we're geared
amazing
up.
to see, that you are coming up with all these initiatives. And I think India is really going to benefit with all these strategies being in place. And to that, I would also like to ask you that in your perspective, with the years of industry that you have done, can you tell me how, if there are any specific technological solutions that you have worked on in diversifying the manufacturing market in India?
Okay, so what we have done is we are implementing new solutions here for the customer. For example, even take basic maintenance. So that's a core to us. We take up the whole plant equipment maintenance, whether it's conveyors, robots, boilers, all that equipment we maintain. So what we offer now is a KPI based or even an uptime based maintenance solution. Honestly, when I was, I'm here about 12 years with this company. Prior to that, I was with another automotive company, and we did not have any such suppliers giving such options. So this is a technologically feasible option where we give to the customer a solution of outsourcing the maintenance itself for the plant. And again, based on KPI parameters. So we are willing to take the penalty or the both ways based on this system. Similarly, what we've done in our logistics arena, where we do recyclable crating. So what we offer to customer, again, it was very weak in India when we came in 12 years back or 13 years back, when we started Leadec in India. That time it was called Voigt Industrial. So what we offer now is a solution to the customer where we design the crating to move his components, let's say lamps, clutches, from tier one, which go to the automotive plants, the large OEM plants, MNCs. So we design the crating, nesting, how many will fit, bring in those crates to the tier one, and sometimes he moves or we truck it. And then we have to collect it back and collapse it and bring it back on the line of the tier one. So it's an interesting service which is we're offering, and luckily we don't not much competition in this arena in India at least. So I could give more examples, but I'll offer Marcus to share more global things.
Well, thanks, Sudhir. I think in general, when you look at the global perspective, or once you look at Leadec as a whole, I think it's all about kind of matching IT expertise, as I said before, with the operational technology expertise. And in a simple picture, it's kind of censoring. I mean, we have sensors. We take the data of the processing the data of the sensors, then qualifying the data in our cloud, and then turn this into action, so turn this in execution with our operational experts at the shop floor. This is the big picture, and this is true for condition monitoring approaches as well as for predictive maintenance, but it's also good for tour optimizations like in logistics. Once we kind of have to optimize forklifts in the logistical arena, but it's also pick and place, right? Once you have different processes, also in the assembly environment, the logistical environment, then you can also apply this for pick and place optimization cases. So that there's a variety of different approaches, but it all comes down to taking data mainly from sensors, processing the data, qualifying the data, and then turn this into action. That's kind of very simple, our core basic principle, how we act as a neutral service provider.
So actually, my next question was for Mr. Markus. I wanted to ask you, with companies wanting to move towards a sustainable future, how do you approach integrating sustainable practices into its services for your clients?
First of all, we have built up what we call green factory solutions, and since we are a service supplier as such, we can support our customers on their ambition to decarbonize their activities and to build up green factory processes. And we focus mainly on two things. First of all, it's decarbonization, so supporting our customers in decarbonization of their factories, and secondly, the circular economy. And this is all about our services which we provide, and this starts with what I mentioned already with digital waste management. We also support our customers in installing photovoltaic systems and improving green technologies at the shop floor. So it's a whole package. I mean, since we are a service supplier, we don't have our own production. Since we are a service supplier, we just support in getting our customers' production greener.
Right. And if you could, if you have any experiences to share where Leadec has played a vital role in providing sustainable solutions to industries.
Now again, once again, a very vital part is waste processes in the factory. And since we established our digital waste management, we put sensors in all the different waste areas in the factory. So a couple thousand sensors help our customers to track the whole waste flow within the factory. And so we can analyze, for instance, which department is creating a lot of waste, where do we have opportunities to recycle the waste, and how we can optimize the waste of different departments. We even can benchmark the waste production as such against the different departments. And this is all good for optimizing the whole waste flow and reducing waste in the factory. So this is one thing. The other thing is that we help them to establish green technologies at the shop floor, as well as helping them building up renewable energies within the factory. We also are involved in maintenance of renewable of decentralized utilities. So it's a whole package of different services which we provide to our customers.
Wonderful. And with that, we are coming to the final part of our interview. And I would like to ask you, how does Leadec envision, the future trajectory in the manufacturing services, particularly in terms of technological adaptations?
I mean, the basic principle of Leadec is that we are a neutral service supplier. So we have to adapt quickly, and we have to embrace different platforms of our customers, and we have to be flexible in creating these interfaces to the platforms of our customers. This is most important. And our customers expect kind of safe, secure, flexible, and seamless connectivity and big data. This is kind of the core principle we are working for. And the second thing is, again, we'd like to build on our strong sweet spot expertise matching IT with OT technologies. And we have kind of the domain and application expertise of more than 600 factories on the globe. We have the experts on the floor, and we have this, what I mentioned before, this end-to-end digital platform, Leadec OS. So this is a perfect a platform really to execute these seamless processes in the shop floor. Last but not least, we believe very much in sharing expertise with partners. We believe very much in this ecosystem of the shop floor. In this digital world, in this very complex, increasingly complex world, we cannot cover all expert fields at the same time. Therefore, we team up with other partners, with other startups, or with other experts. And our ambition is really to become the facilitator of the ecosystem in the shop floor of our customers. And this is kind of our core basic principle which we have in mind, and this is our vision of our smart factory solutions going forward.
Wonderful. I mean, it is really interesting to see how Leadec has evolved over the years and has been participating in so many innovative, technological implementations across the globe. And with that,
Yeah.
I would like to thank Mr. Gurtoo and Mr. Markus for sharing your valuable insights with us today and your time. Thank you so much.